Whoa. Alright, we're gonna start this real quick. Turn this down. Yay. Leave it there. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that's okay. 2:30. No, don't send an update. I don't even fucking connect yet. Tippa-tippa-town, ba-dum-dum-dum. I don't even know if there was a show. Well, if there was a show on before, then I wouldn't have been able to click clack on the cloop, right? So there you go. And right there. Pause it. Pause it. No, I don't wanna. What's that one? No. Okay, let me find a good ending song before we start. Wait, I'm supposed to do this later. Why am I doing this now? Holiday. This is all Fire with Fire stuff, so I guess I'll be. Is baked good? Is baked good? What am I asking? Yeah, I'll stick with that. That's pretty good. Anyway, what up, y'all? R9cast, the official blind edition Kung Kong Crystal Super Dope Show for Reservoir9.com, representing allgames.com. I'm Stevie D. Gibson, aka Esgee, aka Electron Bandit, aka oh, I was like, what? Why is this microphone not cooperating? Let me make some other noise real quick. Where's the screw? There's the screw. Right. Hi everyone. If you want to buy something on Amazon, then go to allgames.com and hit the banner. Let me make sure this is working too, because I always do this. What's up? Is a chatter named Xbox Done. I didn't get the Xbox One X yet, Xbox Done, because I'm waiting. I didn't get anything. I didn't get a PS4. I didn't get anything. I didn't get nothing. Why is it bibbity booping like that? Hold up, I got issues. I got the buzzing. It's really pissing me off. I don't know what's going on. Like that, like this. It might actually be that. Let me unplug that. Now let's see. Now, I still hear it. Oh no, wait, it's not. It's not. It's on this one. Oh, it's this wire. That's what it is. All right, hold up. Hold up, I got issues again. Do. Oh yeah. Well, we just gonna have to roll with it. We gonna have to roll with. Oh, I know what it is. I think I know what it is. Let me see. Here, pull this down. Let me see. Oh, that didn't do it. Hold up. I'm still working on it. Hold on a second. That's 62. I should. All right. I guess I'll leave it on 50. Is that good? I don't know. I can't even hear myself. I can't even hear myself. Anyway, that's good enough. I'll pull up a little bit. I don't know why I'm getting a. Do I have anything plugged in? Let me check real quick before we begin. Nope, there's nothing plugged in the back. I don't know, man. My wire might have gone bad, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, is there a Xbox done shirt or something? Let me see. Hold up. Hardtech Tanto. It's nice and I don't know what the weather is down in Florida. You can go home now. Wow. You can go home now. Is that what that says? Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I got it. That's that. All right. You know what? That's a cool shirt. That's a cool shirt. I'm like, what? I don't understand it. And basically, it's the sweat makes the letters come alive. So you can't see the letters when he's not sweaty. And then go sweat, and then it says you can go home now. That's good. That's good. My mouth was open. What's happening, y'all? It's Sunday. I did partake in a few Black Friday things. I only did one greedy thing for Black Friday. Bought myself something. And the other Black Friday stuff was for other people. So I can save the dollars on the gifts this is. Which is good. I saved about 50% on what I did bought. Because I only bought one thing for one person. And it wasn't Bridget. That'll be later. Do that later. But yeah. So I was watching this thing on, I think it was on Sci-Fi at first, but 67 degrees, well bone, sure. All right, that's cool. Let me see. Thanks for hanging out. Usually not around, but now you is. Whatchamacallit? I was watching YouTube, but I think the show was on Sci-Fi. I'm not sure. It said Sci-Fi something. And it was about Image Comics when they had, just started. It was the whole Image Comics kind of history, basically. Like what they did, Jim Lee and them, Bob, Rob Liefeld, Mark Silvestri, Todd McFarlane, Jim, the other Jim, I forget the rest of the guys, but yeah, and it was very interesting. It's on YouTube. It's like 6 parts or something like that, but I think it was just a regular one long show that they cut up for YouTube. But it's sci-fi. I think it's a sci-fi. I don't remember. I gotta whatever. It doesn't matter. But you'll see it when you know it, and you know it when you see it. But yeah. So I went to after Thanksgiving's turkeys was in my belly. I went to whatchamacallit. How do you say? It was Best Buy. I went to Target too, but I went to Best Buy. Target. I posted. Go to my Instagram, Lord Esgee, LORDESGEE, on Instagram, and I posted a picture. I think I posted a picture. Let me check. I posted a picture. I did post a picture, and I called it. Black Friday Shenanigans, basically. Yeah, as the last post I picked. And look at the picture. And I explain what the picture is. The picture is I don't know who's running Target. I don't know if it was just this Target, but they had it was in two separate rows of the frozen food aisle. It was the two rows of the frozen food. You know, you got your pies, you got your pizzas, you got your ice creams, desserts, frozen vegetables and foods and everything else. And in the rows they had TVs set up, and I'm like, y'all ain't got no other place to put this stuff, right? You got to put it in a frozen food section. So I took a picture because I was like, this is ridiculous. It was like only Target. I just said Black Friday shenanigans because I didn't want to. But it was Target, so there you go. Now you know. But I didn't want to put at Target. What the hell's wrong with y'all or something like that. I should have though. I should have though, but I don't want to be controversial lies or nothing. So you know, I let them slide. You know, I'm not here to. Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, I went to Target. I went to Best Buy first, right? And I was looking around. There's a lot of people digging through stuff. I was like, let me get out of here. There's too many people. Went to Target. It was like, oh, there's not a lot of people here. There were some people, but not as many as Best Buy. They're right next to each other. I went there. I'm like, I don't want to buy anything from here. Target had like no deals. Like all the deals were gone, or they just don't know how to do it like Best Buy. Because Best Buy does a thing that Tiger Direct used to do. They just put out. They just like. They get the boxes off the truck. They cut the whole. They cut the top off the boxes and put a piece of paper on it and say, "This is real cheap. Buy it." They just put the price on it, like $2.99. Blam, and they just throw it. There's a whole bunch of boxes with the tops ripped off, and just dig in there, and get your stuff, and bounce. And that's what Best Buy did. That's what they do. They have these black plastic thing. They open it up and they put a piece of paper on the front and say $34.99, $29.99. Had the games all, and everybody's digging through them. I was like, oh god, this is so barbaric, but I like it. It's true, all of it. I'm working on my Harrison Ford, and yeah, so that was that. Target, not inspired. It's better than Walmart, not price wise, but just better to walk into. I'm gonna tell you what though, the holiday section, you go in there with all the trees and the lights, you be like, all right, this is okay. You know, every time the holiday section is kind of like, you know, I like walking through. I'm not buying nothing, but I like walking through here. This is nice. It's nice. Then I go to Best Buy, like, that's a deal. Scoop, skip, scoop. Go to Walmart. That's a deal. Maybe. I don't know. Walmart's a catch-25. You never know. But, yeah. But so I went back to Best Buy, where all the aminos were. And I was like, I gotta buy something for this. So I ended up buying the Kindle 8 for he's not gonna listen to this. Caroline's dad, because he has a laptop that's touchscreen, but he doesn't like using it because it's big, and he like barely types on it. He just uses the touchscreen. So I'm like, and he was like, oh man, I should get a tablet, and he could just like carry it around or whatever. I was like, yeah, okay. So I just grabbed that. It was $50, $49. It was just usually $89, so you say $40, whatever. It's like, all right. I wanted to get the 7, which is the same one I got Bridget last year, which was $29. I was like, yeah, I get that. But they were all gone because there was doorbusters, and I was driving home, and I couldn't get to the doorbuster deal. So, oh well. Ended up spending, extra $20, but that's okay. And I bought myself Assassin's Creed Origin. That was $35. I was like, that's a deal. That's a half price deal right there. It was a little bit less than half price, but it's a deal. So I was like, yeah, let me get that. I haven't even played it yet. I was like, it's Black Friday. I'm on again. I'm playing. Yeah, okay. But what happened? This is what happened. I didn't play it. I just threw it up there. Like, yep, I'll get to it maybe. But what I did do is Xbox was having a Black Friday. I think it's still going on until the 27th. Till tomorrow. They were having their Black Friday on their digital store. So I was like, all right. So I went in there. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Guess how much? $5. I was like, oh snap! Got that $5. And I totally forgot that game was open world. So I was like, wait a second, $5 and it's open world. That's pretty good. So I got that. I started it, I got through like the first little tutorial stuff, and now it's kind of open. Not totally open, but it's open enough so that I don't have to do. I can kind of do whatever I want. Well, you know, whatever's open. You know what I mean? Available missions. And so I was like, oh yeah. And remembering that this is yeah, it's like $5 for Mirror's Edge 2, basically. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. It was good. And I thought Mirror's Edge Catalyst was a prequel, but it's not. It's an actual sequel. And I was like, oh, there's Faith, and she went to juvie, or maybe it is a prequel, but it doesn't matter. I'm still playing it. I'm like, this is cool. It's an open world Mirror's Edge game. That's all you gotta know. Pretty good. Anyway, so I was playing that. Good job, bro. Super well bone. Soup well bone. Soup well bone. And yeah, so I got that right, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's good. And I played a little bit of that. I was like, and I got another game, right? But I was like, I'm not gonna play the other game. I'm gonna play this a little bit more because I was feeling the first Mirror's Edge mainly because the music and the aesthetic is all white and it was different, right? And the second one is pretty much it's kind of the same. It's the same game except it's open world. So I'm like, they get kudos for that, but nobody liked it. So I was like, all right. And that was made by DICE, EA DICE. I'm like, DICE they make good games, kind of, sort of. And then Mass Effect Andromeda was $20. I was like, you know what? Actually, it was $16, and there was a $20 version. I was like, let me get the $20 version. Only $4 more for some extra, you know, armor sets or something. I was like, I'll do it. So I paid $20 for that. Bam, right? Started that one, and I remember all the controversy about facial animation, run animation, blah blah blah. And some of that stuff is true, but guess what? Mass Effect Andromeda is a mud flower Mass Effect game. It's like, as far, yeah, I guess, yeah, I don't know if it's amnesia or like, go back and play those Mass Effect games. Go back and play Mass Effect 2. I started Mass Effect 2 again because it's backwards compatible. I threw it at it and I was like, oh, let me play this. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I remember this being more because when it first started off, spoilers if you haven't played Mass Effect 2, but you know, you're Shepard, and then you're on the I guess you're on the Normandy. I can't remember. And I guess you got attacked. Whatever. You freaking, the ship's blowing up. You get sucked out in space. You die. Basically, you get you know, the gravity of the planet takes you. You die, and they get like a molecule of your cells, and they grow you back, basically, with the Cerberus project, or I don't remember. And I was like, okay, that's a cool start, but if you look at it mechanically, or if you look at it production-wise, Mass Effect Andromeda is pretty good. If you look at it all, if you compare what Mass Effect used to play like and look like, because y'all don't remember how bad the shooting was in Mass Effect. Y'all don't remember that though. It's not super great in Mass Effect Andromeda, but it's better than them other games. It's better than all the games. Best shooting is in Andromeda, even though it ain't that good. Still better than the other ones because BioWare didn't know what the hell they were doing. So I did a deep dive into the character creation. Made me a Sarah. I was about to say Sarah Connor. Sarah Ryder. I changed the face. I think I should stream it so y'all can see. She's got the red hair. I put red hair on her. She's like a ginger. She's like a mixed ginger. Like, it didn't make her a white girl. It's like she mixed parents, right? So she got freckles, but she got kind of like a sister face, kind of a little bit, and red hair, but it's colored because her roots are like dark. It's very complexities to how I designed that. So I like that. I like Mass Effect Andromeda because it reminds me of what Mass Effect was. Although the menus are a little goofy because you're like, okay, you got to go and see what my missions are, and got boop boop boop, and I got it now, but it's still like, oh, okay, I gotta go left and then click the left bumper. It's a lot of, the menus are kind of crazy, but they're not that bad, you know. And I think a lot of the rhetoric and narratives that are jumping around the internet today are just a bunch of loud crybaby people. kind of. You know what I mean? Peacemaker, what's up? I saw you playing Andromeda on my friends. Yeah, man, I was playing. I didn't want to stream it because I was like, I don't want no mess ups. I want the pure experience. I was playing for like 10, not 10 hours. I was playing for like 5 hours last night. I was like, I went to bed at 5:30 this morning because I was just playing. I was like, there's a lot of stuff to do in that game. So I'm like, dang, I got this, and now I'm gonna play Origins because I want to see like the difference between, you know, the OG One, Xbox One, and when I get the X eventually. So I wanna get some time in on Origins and then, you know, do the compare and contrast. But so the Andromeda, like how it's structured, is kind of good because the whole premise of like the first Mass Effect with the whatever the hell they're called, the big monster people, and so, you know, the big evil force is gonna come and you know, invade and take over and obliterate everybody, whatever, right? And then the second one is was the Geth the first one, or no? The Geth was, well, the Geth were in both, well, all three, because Legion was kind of a cool character. What's up, people in Twitch? But this one, if you look at what it is, there's a buzzing noise. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm not too sure what it is. Let me see. It's still there, yeah. Whoops. It's something. It's gotta be this wire. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Yeah, and I'm not too sure what it is. Yeah, it is. Let me see something here. Let me see that thong. There we go. It's kind of fixed, right? Yeah, I've got some something going on here. Let me put that up there. There we go. Anyway, Tiger Claw says Esgee, probably not much of a difference other than high res textures if the game plays the same on both consoles. Higher FPS. Look, Tiger Claw. I was watching a video. I'll get back to Andromeda. I was watching a video, the Linus Tech Tips, those Canadian fools, and not Linus, but his other dude, the tall with the beard dude. He was like, "We're gonna do this Xbox X versus the PS4 Pro, right?" And he was doing the game. He did Shadow of Mordor, right? Shadow of War, excuse me. And it's like, oh, the Xbox One X and the Pro are pretty much the same. You know, it's a little bit slight edge on the X. I'm like, no. There's a big difference. And he like showed the screens, like 3 screens for like a quick second. I'm like, y'all ain't doing your due diligence. Y'all got to take some lessons from Digital Foundry, because there's soup. There's a whole case of Campbell's on the PS4 Pro, and then you look at the X, it's like crispy. It's like crispy salad, man. Oh, it looks so crisp and clear, like a winter's day morning. And you know, you got Progresso right there, PS4 Progresso soup. And I'm like, come on, son. Texture quality's about the same. I'm like, why are you smoking crack, Linus? I'm not gonna watch y'all no more, cause you're lying. You're lying. Stop lying. And yeah, I tried to eliminate the buzz. Yeah, it's my stupid wire. Anyway, so yeah, that was on YouTube today. I was upset a little bit because I was like, yeah, it's not really the truth. And people will buy things based on what they see on TVs, and if they're not really informed, they're like, oh, it's the same thing except for Sony, and I like Sony better, so I'm gonna get that. And they're gonna go and slap it on their 4K TV and be like, oh, that's not better. That's not the best. Oh, let me put my 4K Blu-ray that I bought from Best Buy for $10. Let me put that in there real quick and see, but oh, it doesn't play on my PS4 Pro. What the heck is going on here? I want to know how many people are gonna buy the Pro and buy some 4K Blu-rays and try to play them and be like confused and upset, like, how come these don't play on my PS4? I don't understand why it says dynamic 4K on it, right? Why doesn't it work? Cause Sony be cheap. Wow, I just got Xbox done says the people of Digital Foundry has no souls. Has no have. Whenever they talk over a video, they sound like they're forced to talk about their findings. They don't sound enthusiastic. That's because they're British and the weather is like, arr. I'm not trashing the PS4 because I'm gonna get one eventually because I want to play Spider-Mans, Spiderlings, Spider-Mings. But you can't play a 4K Blu-ray player. Can't play a 4K Blu-ray on it. So that's not trashing PS4. That's trashing Sony's poor business decisions because they're not forward-looking. Obviously, they're like, oh, we got to make something real cheap, something that people will buy or hope they would buy because people are not buying the Pro. I went to Best Buy. I went over to the video game. They usually have pallets of video games, right? So they had the Xbox One S pallets. They had the PS4 pallets right next to it, right? And then in the actual PlayStation aisle, they had the Pros because they only had like 4 of them because nobody's buying those. And they had like 2 or 3 Xbox One X's. And I think I did see a Project. No, I saw a Project Scorpio at Target. And I was like, and there was some PS4 PSVRs as well. But that's still the bad thing about the PSVR, real quick, is that people shouldn't buy it because that version of VR, I've said this before, that version of VR, whether it's Vive, Oculus, or PSVR, is not the version to buy. Wait until Inside Out comes out, which is the next wave, which is coming out soon, 2018. Get that. It's going to be cheaper, and it's all, you put the headset on, you plug in, and you're good to go. No cameras, no lighthouses, none of that. So, that's where it's better. But anyway. So, so I was looking at it, I was like, okay, the Xbox pile's a little bit lower, it's a little bit smaller than the PS4 pile over there. And there's less Xbox One X's than there are PS4 Pros. There's a lot of PS4 Pros just chill. And I'm not hyperbolizing or nothing. I saw some dudes in the PS4 aisle. They were grabbing games. But I saw at least 2 people walking around with an Xbox One S, not the X. I didn't see anybody with the X. But I saw people walking around with the S. At least 2. That I was, that I noticed because there's so many people there. I was like, well, how long until Microsoft introduces their own VR headsets? I don't think they will because they have like six partners making the VR for the PC, for Windows PC. So why would they? I'll just buy like the Acer or whatever, right? The Dell. I think Dell makes one too. I'll buy like an Acer VR or an MSI or whoever makes them, right? And they're all like, I think 200 or I think there might be 199 or 299 at most. And I bet you that those same headsets will work on the X. And that's the thing. I think that's the one thing that's gonna happen that will be more of an advantage than what the PSVR is, because there are ways to do PSVR on PC, but you gotta go back channel, gray market, get some little software here, pirate this and clickety clack that, and buy some third party plugs. I don't know. And there's a way to do it, but it isn't sanctioned by Sony. It isn't like, Sony says that you can use the PSVR on the PC. No, PC heads have figured out a way to use the PSVR on PC, not Sony. Sony don't play that. Sony's like, nah, you ain't using nothing. It's only on the PlayStation. Nah. Sony Spider-Man, Super-Man. game gonna be on PC? Um, they did not say. I don't think so. I don't think so. If it was gonna be on PC, I probably wouldn't buy a PS4. I'd just get it on PC, right? Because I got a PC. Yep. But I don't think it's gonna be on. I don't think that one's gonna be on. They should be though, because that would sell a lot. Yeah, that game. I mean, it'll sell a lot, but it's not gonna sell as much as third-party games. It's not gonna sell as much as Call of Duty did this year. So what's the point? I find it funny that the Japanese name for Spider-Man is Spider-Man. Oh, it is? I didn't know that. I thought you were just making. Or is that a joke? I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the console stacks. So I was like, okay, looks kind of good. It looks good for everybody really. And there were switches and Target. Switches. I was like, look at all the switches. There was 3DSs, 3D SSL. I was like, man, I want to get one, but I can't order because they're dark. So whatever. I was mad. It's still there. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Spider-Man. There, it's gone. I think it's cause. Stay. Here we go. All right. Yeah, I don't hear it no more. Wait, is it? Let me see. Where's the volume? On here. Yeah. Bulleting. That's better. I'll leave it at that. All right, so Spider-Man. Techniclaw says Spider-Man. Oh man, my glasses are dirty. I got glasses. These are actual glasses for seeing, cause I'm old now and I need them. It's a slight prescription. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, it's slight. You blind ass moflower. It's slight because I went to dinner with my folks and my brother, and they all wear glasses. My dad's blind, my mother-in-law's blind, my brother's blind, and I was like, yeah, it's a slight prescription. It's a slight subscription. And they were like, let me see your glasses. And they say, oh man, this is nothing. I was like, I told you it wasn't that. I'm not that blind. It's just a little. It's just a little ease, just a little. Don't stress your eyeballs out there, son. That's all it is. All right, so what is this? What'd you put on there, Hectums? Hectomagranxtums? Oh my gosh. Aww. Turn that down a little bit. Oh shoot. Wow. They had a dude on the side of a building. Valleys of buildings, Spider-Man. I sparkle in the flash of anger, huh? Spider-Man. Give up peace, give up everything. Chasing evil through the sky. Spider-Man. Change Leopardon. Okay. Yo, that spaceship though, that looked tight. Wait, what is this? What? How did Voltron? That's not Voltron. How did Transor Z? That's not Transor Z. How is there a mech in Spider-Man? What is this? Wow. That had nothing to do with Spider-Man. Spider-Man. That was nice. Spider-Man. I think I like that one better than Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Shadow Next Gen says, I think Rocksteady has done that with the Batman games. The Spider-Man PS4 does look pretty damn fantastic. Dope. Tiger says, yeah, the Spider-Man PS4 game is probably going to school everyone. This is how you do a superhero game. Here's the thing, Tiger Claw, because I don't think you played Sunset Overdrive. Spider-Man is literally Sunset Overdrive, except the writing's not going to be as good, and I think the city will be better, but you're limited in the fact that you can only, shoot your webs and swing and climb. Sunset Overdrive had the grinding, which is what you did. You just super grind all over the city. Better traversal in Sunset Overdrive. You could wall run all you wanted, grind. You never had to touch the ground in Sunset Overdrive. It's great. So I think it'll be that, pretty much. As far as the story goes, I don't know, because I don't think they've ever done a semi-serious story. It's all kind of been tongue-in-cheek, goofy goof time, right? So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it'll be bad, but I think it'll be close to the top of what the Sony studios are doing, but will it be better than Batman Arkham Asylum? Maybe? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Might be even. I say even. But I don't think it'll be the new benchmark of superhero games. Because if you think about it, the allure of Spider-Man is that he's a kid with these powers that he doesn't quite know how to do to be a hero. I mean, that's why Spider-Man Homecoming is such a great movie. That's why it's the best Spider-Man movie, because it's Peter Parker learning how to be a good Spider-Man, a good person. Well, he is a good person, but a hero, basically. He's learning how to become a hero. And as far as I know, this Spider-Man in the game is a grown-ass Spider-Man who has a lab and is a scientist and blah, blah, blah. He's not a kid in high school. He's a grown-ass man. So I'm like, so that takes the growing pains, the kid learning how to be a hero type of thing, making mistakes and all that stuff, out of it. And now he's just hold on. Sorry about that. You son of a bastard. You son of a bitch. All right. But yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me go down. But yeah. So, let's see what they're talking about. Hopefully it Hopefully it plays like the previous Spider-Man games which were open world and you do side missions and that's what it is basically. However, this new Spider-Man game is gonna do the thing that other Spider-Man games did, quick time events. Yeah. Grown ass Spider-Man. Yep. And that's one of the problems with Sony's Spider-Man. And speaking about Sony's Spider-Man, the only reason why Spider-Man Homecoming was good is not because of Sony, it's because of Marvel. Marvel made that movie. It is a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie and a Marvel Studios movie. Sony just literally distributed the movie. I mean, they did have some production, like Amy Pascal Productions or whatever it's called. I was like, oh my God. This woman is going to destroy Spider-Man and the Sony Studios. There's one movie that Sony's putting out. Oh, they're doing the Super Mario movie, aren't they? No, that's Universal. Wait a second. Yeah, that's Universal. My bad. But that's Illumination. Oh yeah, no, that's not Sony. That's not Sony Pictures Animation. But she's like with the she was in an interview with whoever, and Kevin Feige was there. They're sitting together. I said this before, but she was talking about, oh yeah, Spider-Man, and we're gonna have a Venom movie and da, right? And then Feige was sitting there, and he was like looking at this, like, are you crazy? I ain't agree to none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, she sees the money. She's like, I'm gonna give my greedy talents we're gonna have Spider-Man, and we got Venom and Carnage. We're gonna have what else? I don't even know any. Doc Octopus the movie? No. They need to have Mysterio in there. Stop playing. Anyway, Tiger Glass says Sony is doing a Venom movie, and then they're gonna do a Silver and Sable movie, and the Morpheus movie. Morpheus? I don't even know who Morpheus movie. Silver and Sable. I was like, huh? Oh, Black Cat. Yeah. Black Cat. Black Cat is too close to Black Cat is too close to Catwoman, and I think that'll be an issue for them. It's not, but it's just like, oh, is that Catwoman again? It's like, no, it's different. I mean, Venom, see, Sam Raimi ruined Venom. Although, it's a new universe, so they can do whatever they want. But I don't, when I was collecting Spider-Man, right, I got the first issue that McFarlane did, right? It was, I think it was Green Goblin or Hobgoblin. I can't remember who. I think it was Green Goblin. It was Hobgoblin and Spider-Man, and the cover was kind of goofy, but yeah. And then it was just before the 300 came out, right? It was in the 280s, 289 maybe, 286. I'm not too sure. And so he's there, and I forgot what my point was. Oh, was it 300 where he got the black suit? No, he got this black suit before. But when he got the black suit, the whole black suit Spider-Man was kind of cool in the comics. I was like, man, this is cool. I kind of like this right here, right? And then it's a symbiote, and he's making him all moody and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. And then Sam Raimi went and made it stupid and goofy, because that's how Sam Raimi does. He makes stupid and goofy movies. And I'm like, that's not what. That's bad. You did a bad thing, Sam Raimi. You did a. And now they're gonna have Venom and Carnage basically, and I guess Venom is a okay. Venom is a villain. Carnage is a more crazy villain, because I think what is Carnage? Carnage is literally is a manifestation of a symbiote and a serial killer or something like that, and then it merges with it. I don't even know what the story is, but I was like, okay, that's crazy. This dude is crazy already, and then the symbiote kind of takes him and takes over and whatever. So I'm like, so is Venom the hero now when he's not supposed to? I don't get it. I don't. And so I'm like, I have no faith. If Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios are not in charge of the Venom Carnage movie, or any of the other Silver Sable, any of that, hot garbage. It's going to be hot garbage. I'll mark my words. I'm saying it now. Gonna be hot garbage. Wait, hold on a second. Morpheus, another Spider-Man character. Well, Venom has Tom Hardy as the character, and he's a really good actor, so it shouldn't be bad, right? No, that has nothing to do with it. Tom Hardy was in Star Trek Nemesis. Remember that? That wasn't a good Star Trek movie. Tom Hardy, remember? He was young Picard. Yeah, the clone, whatever. It's stupid. It was a dumb premise. Dumb. Okay? Dumb. It was dumb. So he could be a good actor. The movie's hot garbage. He's going to be a good actor in a hot garbage movie. There you go. Just like Justice League had a whole bunch of good actors in it. Hot garbage. I'm eager to see Venom Bane. Hello, Carnage. How? I know, right? Imagine if Venom had the little mask going over, and you see like the the teeth sticking out because his mouth is so big. Anyway, Tom Hardy didn't just accept this role because he wanted to be in a superhero movie. Surely he must have read the script and said, "Wow, this movie has some good acting." I bet you he said, "I need to be in a really good superhero movie," even though Batman. Return of the Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises. What is the second one? Second one's the Dark Knight. Third one is the Dark Knight Returns, right? Oh, jeez, I can't remember what. That's Rises. It has to be Rises. Anyway, Carnage is a super villain. Venom is only a villain towards Peter Parker. Oh, because he's jealous. Because Flash Thompson. I just bit my lip. Flash Thompson is jealous of Speederman. And the new Flash in the Homecoming is like some little, I guess he's Indian. I don't know what he is. He looks like an Indian descent, ethnic Indian, and when I say Indian, I mean Indian, the country India, not like, oh, I'm racist and I must say Indian, like, yeah, no, the actual India. But yeah, so I have no faith in Sony on many fronts, but movies. Okay, so we saw Dark Knight Rises is the third. Yeah, right. We saw, yeah, Bane was in that. We saw me and Bridget saw the Smurfs Lost Village. I talked about this last week. That's a Sony movie. That's pretty good for a Smurf movie. And I was like, okay, cool. That's a good movie there. It's kind of funny. I was laughing out loud a couple of times because I was like, sometimes you just want to watch something stupid, lighthearted. I used to watch the Smurfs when I was a kid. I was like, the Smurfs are kind of cool. They're part of the block of afternoon nonsense that I watched when I was a kid. So yeah, sure. Or it came on in, when did the Smurfs come out? I don't remember. Was it Saturday? I don't remember. I just know Transformers G.I. Joe, and then in the morning Robotech. That's all I know. Everything else is a blur. Voltron was there somewhere. I think Voltron was on in the morning too, like 6:30 or something like that. Whatever. All I'm saying is that Sony makes good Smurf movies. Well, the third one was good. The first two were garbage. Anyway, but yeah, I have no faith in Amy Pascal. I think that's the key right here. She is going to make poor decisions moving forward, and not say, hey, Kevin Feige, let's do some more Marvel stuff. Instead of going to the godfather of Marvel, of the Marvel properties, and say, even though Sony owns the rights for Spider-Man in the movies, she can be a smart person and be like, yo, we're going to go Venom. What's up, Kevin? And if Kevin be like, nah, that's a bad idea. Venom, that's not a good character. You shouldn't do that one. That's not what Amy gonna do. Amy gonna be like, we making Venom and we making Black Cat. We gonna make Mephisto and Mysterio, and we gonna make young Doc Octopus the movie. We gonna do all these. And I'm like, and she's not gonna do what they did with Spider-Man: Homecoming and let Marvel do their thing and make a dope movie. They're gonna try to do it, and it's gonna be all the other Spider-Mans. It's gonna be Andrew Garfield Spider-Man all over again. Now, I'm not saying that movie was bad, because making movies is hard, and I watched it. I was like, all right, that's all right. The ending was a hot piece of, like, what the hell is this? I was so upset. I was like, yo, yeah, it's about time they're going to fight, and it's the end of the movie. I was like, oh, hell to the nah. And we will never see the Spider-Man versus Rhino fight, because Sony don't know how to make no damn movie. Tiger says Warner Brothers / DC needs someone like Kevin Feige in charge of DCEU because Jeff Johns is doing a very poor job. Yes. I thought Jeff Johns was supposed to be the man. Why don't they just put Jim Lee in there? I mean, he's running the comics, right? Give Jeff, well, Jim Lee is just a writer. I mean, just an artist, really. I was watching a video of Jim Lee draw. He drew Deathstroke in like 28 minutes. And he started off. Dude, Jim Lee is such a good artist that he was drawing, right? He had his head set down. His kids came in and sat down. He was drawing, and he was looking at chat, like reading chat to say. He didn't stop drawing to look at chat. He was drawing and looking at chat like, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. I was like, how do you draw and not look at what you're drawing? That's how good Jim Lee is. Go watch. It's on YouTube. He drew Deathstroke, 28 minutes. And there's a full thing where he drew like a whole bunch of people. But just look at the Deathstroke one. I was like, God, I'm kind of jealous. But I gave up drawing a long time ago, so I'll never be that. So, Tiger Claw says, I would like to see Bruce Timm in charge of DCE. I don't know who that is. Sorry. How about put Rob Liefeld? He's not even there anymore. What's Rob Liefeld doing? Did he go back to Marvel? Is he at Marvel again? Well, I knew he was. How about not Bendis, the Walking Dead dude. I just watched the thing about him. He's the new guy in Hex says Jim Lee is godly. Yeah, Jim Lee is the best artist. He's pretty good. Jim Lee is like the best artist as far as all around. Like if you want to see good art, regardless, like yo, you want to see some good art, Jim Lee. It's not like, oh, I don't like this type of art, I don't like that. No, Jim Lee draws good stuff all the time. He's like, oh, here's a sketch. I'm like, give me that, please. I love it. It's good. He be sketching all the time on Instagram. I'm like, God damn, man. Tiger Claw says, Bruce Timm is the dude that made Batman the animated series, Superman anime series, and did Justice League cartoons. Yeah, I guess. Sure. He if they get, yeah, they need. Well, see, the problem is Tiger Claw. Doing an animated show is way different than doing live action because that dude, Bruce Timm, I'm sure he's not the voice actor director. He doesn't direct the voice acting sessions. That's Andrea, what's her name? Andrea Moreno. I forgot her name, but she's the best voice actor, director, lady person ever. She's done all of the DC stuff, and she's just the best. She's like, you want somebody to direct your voice? Get this lady because she's just killing it. So I don't know if this guy's good at directing people, because directing voice actors is one thing, because you're listening. It's about you hearing the emotion through the voice, not the little unique little quirks of a face or twerks or twicks or whatever. It's a little different. So you have to direct a person in their performance totally, visually and audibly, when you're a film director, and that's totally different, than voice acting, directing voice actors, because you can sit in a dark room and they can do the line. You'd be like, okay, give me a little bit more pain on that one, a little more sadness, make your voice a little softer. Got it, good, moving on, next line. But this one's like, oh, make your eyes cross, and then you're off your mark. Oh, the camera was broke. It's a whole bunch of different things. Well, not the camera, I guess that's not their fault, but Bruce Timm is someone who knows the DC universe. Okay, that don't mean it's gonna be good. And they didn't show any. They showed like 2 seconds of a lantern. It wasn't Green Lantern, but it was a lantern fighting in the Justice League. But anyway, yeah, man, I don't have faith in Sony. I don't have faith in DC. Even though Justice League was better than. It was better than Batman vs Superman because it wasn't as dark. Now, the one problem with the DC movies is that they're dark. But we're not going to do this because we did this last week. But anyway, moving on back to Mass Effect. Okay? I'm not going to do DC. I don't need DC to direct movies. Just be in charge of directing the movies. Okay, you're right. All right, so, yeah, you're right, because Kevin Feige doesn't direct anything. But see, I don't know who's the person for the job, because Kevin Feige is doing the job right. He's connecting all the dots between all the different characters and movies. He's making it good, right? And he's hiring the right I guess he's hiring the right directors to do the jobs. So the problem with the DC films is that they've had horrible directors. Or horrible writing. I think a lot of it is the writing, right? So if Joss Whedon writes all of the rest of the DC EU movies. Wait, EU? Why is it DC EU? DC Entertainment Year? What's the E? Shouldn't it be DCCU? DCU? DCCU. DC Cinematic Universe, right? MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. DCE. What is the E in DCEU, please? Because I don't know what the hell's going on. Entertainment Universe. Whatever. But like if Joss Whedon wrote them and had a good director, doesn't matter, I guess, direct them, because like I guess we're talking about stuff. Zack Snyder's not the right director. I'm not saying he's a bad director. I said it last week. He's not the right director for these movies. Anyway, like Patty Jenkins did Wonder Woman, great movie, right? Why is that? Because she wrote it. I think she wrote it, and she directed it, and it was great. I mean, they should put 1 and 2 together and make 3. But their math is off because I don't understand why they can't see that they actually made a good movie. And I mean, I guess they see it now and they said, yeah, Zach, you need to go. Well, he had a tragedy. But anyway, Tycho says the problem with the DC movies is the CEO of Warner Brothers. He has the one that mandated the Justice League to be under 2 hours. Oh, he is the one. He was the one that mandated Justice League to be under 2 hours, which resulted in a lot of scenes being cut. Rather than let the director do his thing, Warner Brothers is supposed to be a director-friendly studio right now. They don't seem to be that way anyway. No, that's not the problem with the DC movies. The problem is Zack Snyder is not the right director. A 3-hour Justice League movie would have been horrible. I'd have been at 2 hours and be like, oh my gosh, when is this piece of hot garbage over? You know, what are they going to flesh out Flashes and Cyborg stuff and Aquaman stuff? Nah, son. Nope. Nah, 2 hours was good. And, yeah, they can do a director's cut, 3-hour director's cut. That's fine. I'm fine with that. But the Ultimate Edition of Dawn of Justice was good. That's because they allowed the director to release the version he wanted, and it turned out better than the theatrical version. Now there's a demand for a Zack Snyder cut of Justice League on Blu-ray. Yeah, watch him cut out all of Joss's scenes. But then it wouldn't be as funny. Rafa! What's up, Rafa? Rafa. Let me see. Oh, yeah. What's up, Rafa? How you doing? Glad you're feeling better. 66666. Anyway, but yeah, so I don't know, man. Zack Snyder should stick to horror movies. Well, Zack Snyder should make horror movies. I should say that he did. Was it Dawn of the Dead? I forget which one he did. He should. I mean, it was a remake, but still, he should do horror movies. I think he would be the best horror movie director. He would be really good. But he's not. He should do like I was saying, if he did like Silent Hill, that'd be crazy. Heck says there's no Snyder cut of the Justice League. He should do Silent Hill. No, not Silent Hill. What else is there? Esgee, he should do another movie like Watchmen. Watchmen was okay, but I didn't know the source material. I never read the comic, so I have no reference. But it was a dark movie. And that's the thing. It was a dark movie with dark subject matter, so it worked because that's the type of director he is. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he should do. This is what he should do. I would watch this movie if Zack Snyder directed it. I would watch it all day long. Y'all ready? Zack Snyder should do The Max. Boom. If Zack Snyder did The Max, that shit would be crazy, son. Yo, the animated thing that was on MTV, Liquid Television, whatever it was, I think it was just on MTV. That was bananas. I was like, yo, this is a cartoon. This kind of adult with like murder and stuff and the laundromat. I'm like, what is this? You know, with the cheetah princess or whatever, with the little white dudes with the crazy mouths and then the black and the other. It's crazy. I'm like, yo, that would be so. I would love The Max. Zack Snyder's The Max. Oh man, that would be so good. Come on, Zack. Get in your lane, son. Stop doing these happies. Stop trying to be the happy director. No. Do The Max. You need to embrace your evil side, your twisted mentality. Go for it. The Max is so twisted. It's a super match. It's a super match. Heck says the Max was nuts. It was. I want to find that on Blu-ray for real. I will watch the hell out of that, man. I knew it was on DVD a while ago, but I was like, I'm glad I didn't get it because I'd be mad trying to watch a DVD on a Blu-ray play or 4K Blu-ray play. I was like, freaking resolution kind of low. Snyder should do the horror version of Spawn that McFarlane wants to do. Wants done, excuse me. I didn't know that Todd McFarlane wanted a horror version of Spawn. I guess it is more of a horror, like the HBO animated Spawn. Yeah, I'd be down with a rated R Spawn. I think they're redoing Spawn anyway, so I would be. Yes, Spawn would be okay. I think the Max is a perfect fit for Zack Snyder, but Spawn would be all right. Yeah, R-rated Spawn. Yeah, that'd be tight. I'd be down with it. Actually, I'm gonna one up with that and say Zack Snyder should do a TMNT movie, make it dark if need be. If he makes it like how the original comic book was, and it was pretty bad. I mean, they killed like a whole bunch of people. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wasn't as friendly as the cartoon, I guess. But I think the Max and the remake of Spawn, which aren't as popular or familiar to people, I think the Max would be I'm just saying the Max would be the best. Or Lobo, even though I have no idea what Lobo actually is or does, but I know he's a big, menacing looking dude, and just by the art, I'm like, yeah, that looks kind of Zack Snyder-y. Or I was gonna say the remake of The Crow, but I think they're already on that. I don't know. Anyway, McFarlane teased a page from a new Spawn movie script. No clue who's pegged to direct. Let me see. McFarlane is in bed. Well, McFarlane is still part of the founders of Image, I believe. So, let me see. Let's see what y'all got. Spawn creator Todd McFarlane talks filming reboot on a tight budget, confirms New York setting. Okay, that's cool. While talking about the small 10 to 12 million budget of Spawn, creator and director Todd McFarlane confirms the reboot will in fact take place in New York, even if it doesn't exactly film. Huh? What's the huh? I have no idea what that means. So, I always like. I'm not showing it. Let me see. Can I do this? Oh, there's. I've always liked this image of Spawn, cause some of McFarlane's stuff, his hands and his faces are weird, but his detailing is crazy off the freaking charts. While filming for the upcoming Spawn reboot is reportedly starting early next year, creator Tom McFarlane reasons. See, first of all, I didn't know he was directing it, so I don't know how that's gonna work. And it's low budget, so he's gonna lean heavily probably on his director of photography, DOP, the DOP, the DP. Let me see. I think those are spots you can shoot. And there are areas you can do convincing New York stock, especially given I'm not down in the stories built around. Huh? Okay, wait. I think those are spots you can shoot. Okay, let me read the other. But successful horror films like Get Out and Split, of course, the tighter budget means McFarlane will have to be smart in how to spend it. I think those are spots you can shoot, and there are areas that you can do convincing New York stock, especially given I'm not down in the stories built around Wall Street. I have no idea what that paragraph sentence means. What is he talking about? I know he has a little bit of a lisp or something, but come on. It's like, okay, I don't need those buildings. It's a sort of grungier part of New York, so I can find that in other places. So I can find that in other places. Now I'm not a major of English. I'm not an English major. A major English. Yeah. Where was he? Budget. Wait. Oh, down here. So we're going to evaluate all that. So, cause again, if you have 100,000 here, 200,000 here, $500,000 here, it may allow you to do another trick or go get another actor or something. You're basically just moving the financial pieces around to get the most bang for your buck, and we're going to do all of that. Is this like not gonna be a union film or something? I mean, I don't understand how he's $12 million. Hey, Tom McFarlane, you know that you I can't even talk. You know that what is the movie called? I can't remember. You know that not Get Out. Get Out was cheap. Split was cheap. Deadpool. You know that Deadpool cost $68 million, right? So $68 million, and that is because Tim Miller, I believe that was the director's name, who is the boss at Blur Studios, who that's what they do, CG movies, basically, if you want to put it, break it down. So all of the special effects, most of that first scene where he's on the highway killing those fools, a lot of that is CG. A lot of that is CG. Robert said, just came to say hi. I wasn't sure if you were still streaming. Haha. Super tight though, Cedar. All right, Rafa. Have a good night. Lobo's an intergalactic bounty hunter. Too much humor for Snyder to do well. Okay, yeah, never mind. Take that back. Let Tarantino or somebody do that one. He'll be filming in parts of Canada that look like New York, of course, which is always the case when they want to cut down on the budget. Yep. Tight Class says Esgee Blumhouse Production is gonna help with the production, and they specialize in making horror movies and tight budget. Yeah, that's true. But see, here's the thing. Here's the problem. Horror movies are cheap because if you do them a certain way, you don't need a lot of special effects. Like Get Out didn't have that many special. It had one animatronic animal, which was the deer that they hit. That was on the screen for like 2 seconds. Spoiler: they hit a deer. And everything else was practical, like gunshots or a little bit of blood here and stuff like that. But it wasn't anything like CG. Maybe one CG shot, but it's not a lot of money. But Spawn, his cape is gonna be CG, at the least. So every scene that he's just like the first movie, every scene is gonna be CG cape. And then you got the clown, he's probably gonna be CG or half CG or something. I don't know what the whatchamacallit's gonna be, the plot, the story is, but Tyler says Blumhouse Productions are gonna help. Oh yeah, sorry. All right. Oh, they make low budget movies look and feel like big budget productions. Yeah, but like I said, CG isn't cheap, and there's gonna have to be CG in this. So, and the thing about Spawn is that the best parts of Spawn are gonna cost money. It's just like the best parts of Deadpool. Okay, that's a lie. Because the best part of Deadpool is the fourth wall breaking and the jokes and all that stuff. And Spawn isn't that type of movie either. It's not a jokey. So if that stuff falls flat, the horror and the gruesomeness, the darkness, and what else you got? Unless you have comic relief character, which was in the first Spawn movie was Leguizamo. Why can't I remember his first name? But he was the clown. He was funny. He was fighting and stuff. It was funny. That wasn't that funny, but it was funny enough. The new Spawn movie is going to be more horror. Yeah, they better be, because, Blumhouse, that's pretty much all they do. They should do a comedy. How about that? Maybe not. But anyway, I don't know how we got off into movies when we should be talking about Mass Effect, but it is interesting though if you think about the movies, right? Because I mean, look, it's November 26th, y'all. It's like it's almost the Last Jedi is on the doorstep, about to knock and ring the doorbell, son. John Leguizamo, thank you. Heck, yeah, man, man, these glasses are draining my. I can see better without them. They're draining my intellect. I don't know. How do you forget the most common name in history? John Juan Leguizamo. He's good. He's a funny guy. But yes, I don't know. I'm on the fence with Spawn. The Last Jedi is on the horizon. I think the Last Jedi is gonna be really good. But like going back to that video I saw on YouTube with the image guys, dude, that was crazy. And I didn't know Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld went back to Marvel to do what did Jim Lee did. What did Jim Lee do? I know Rob Liefeld did Captain America. Jim Lee did. What the hell did he do? I don't remember what Jim Lee did. But they gave him carte blanche. They're like, what y'all want? And they got to pick what books they wanted to do. Because they were the boss. They went to the top. So I was like, okay. And now Jim Lee's working for DC. Rob Liefeld, I have no idea what Rob Liefeld's doing. So whatever. But I never liked Rob Liefeld's art. It was a little not good. You know? Even though he created Deadpool. You know, probably one of the best superhero characters in movies to date is Deadpool off of one movie. And then they showed the Bob Ross thing. No, that was before. Hex says Jim Lee did X-Men, didn't he? Yeah, that was before he left. And then he left. He did Image comic books and blah blah blah. Then a couple years after that, I think in '98, I don't know, he went back to Marvel. Because that's when everything was crashing and burning on the comic book scene. So he went back to Marvel, and he was like, yo, what's up? And then Marvel was like, y'all can do whatever y'all want. You know. So, he, like I said, Rob did Captain America. Jim Lee did... He didn't do Spider-Man. What else is in Marvel? He didn't do X-Men again. Or did he? He might have went back to X-Men. No, I don't know. I don't remember. Because I have the 4 issues of #1, X-Men #1. I was the idiot who bought all 4. I think it was 4 or 6. I don't remember. There's a lot of variant covers. Stupid. I'm stupid. Heck says Bob Kane created Batman, but everything about Batman is mostly Bill Finger. Ooh. That's like Stan Lee. Stan Lee created Spider-Man, but then Kirby. Was it Kirby that drew him, or was that the Hulk? It's just a lot of Stan Lee's ideas and then Kirby's art, basically, you know. So, but that's the thing with like Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld more so because he created Deadpool, but he was working for Marvel, so Marvel owns Deadpool. You know what I mean? Hex says Liefeld made Deadpool, but mostly nothing about the actual character. Oh, you're right. He drew it, but who wrote Deadpool? That's my question. I could look it up because I got computers, but I'm not gonna. Because I want to switch conversations. Unless there's anything else, comic book movie to talk about. Because I talked about Justice League last week. I don't know if anybody else has seen it yet. Whatever. Hot mess. I mean, you can just look on YouTube and see everybody's like the hot mess. I was watching the review of the Red Letter Media guys did a review of Nothing But Trouble with Chevy Chase and Demi Moore and Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, and whoever else was Digital Underground. And I was like, wow, that they got it right on. I like those guys, even though they're a bunch of goofy nerds. I am too, so it's all good. But I was like, yep, that's pretty much it. Yep, that's it. You can see in the back I got my boxes because I'm moving. Anyway, But I want to say Danny Way, but not sure. Oh, okay. I don't know who Danny Way is. I have little knowledge of comic writers. I mean, I know like Bendis and the guy who wrote Walking Dead. Isn't that great? Like, yeah, that guy who's freaking a partner in Image now. And I watched the whole thing about him, and I just can't remember. Kirkman. Told you my brain's broke. But I like Kirkman. He's a cool guy because he was in the interview and he was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "You know what? He seems like a cool guy. Yeah, yeah. Maybe Kirkman should be in charge of DC, right? Because Jim Lee sold. Okay, Jim Lee sold Wildstorm, his comic book studio, to DC. So DC owns Wildstorm, but Image is still the publisher, where the creators own their own work and stuff, which is the best place. If you guys want to be creators of comic books, anybody out there who's young or old, writes good stuff, you got a comic book, go to Image, because if they say yes, you're in there, done. You could be the next Kirkman, making The Walking Dead, like, you know what I mean? So, but you have to be a creator. Wait, do you have to draw and create? Is that what it is? Or can you like have like a little studio? I guess you can have your little studio and be like, yo, this is our comic book. Yeah. So I guess, yeah. And Image is just kind of like a publisher, pretty much. And printer, I guess. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But that's for the Fantastic Four discussing us. They're on allgames.com on Wednesday. What day? Tuesday? What Monday? Shoot, I don't remember what day they're on. Because I'm like, oh, they're on now. Is it Monday? Are they on Monday? They're not on Mondays. See, if I check the schedule, it's going to be wrong because the schedule's all messed up. I don't know why the schedule. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I want to talk more about video games because video games is good. And I want to talk more about Mass Effect Andromeda because Mass Effect Andromeda is actually good. And I want to talk mainly about EA, DICE, Bungie, because I'm sitting here looking at the video game news. What happened today in video game land? Seems that Bungie has been lying to people. Or is that Activision? Wednesday. Thank you, Hacked. I knew it was one of them days. So yeah, Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern Daylight Savings Time on allgames.com/live. Fantastic forum. Check them out. I think it's at 9:30, maybe 10:30. I don't remember. I think it's at 9:30. Anyway, so Bungie, if some smart dude on the internet found out that the XP, how you gain XP in Bungie is kind of weird, right? So if you do like, I guess, was it the Crucible or I forgot what it was, but if you do it a certain way, then it's regular. You earn XP regular way, blah blah blah. But if you do a easy grindy way, people found out how to do it easy grindy way, then the game, I guess it's on the server side or whatever, it'll tell you that you get 100%, but you'll only get 50%, or it'll do all these weird things. It'll XP limit or something, and I'm like, how? Well, why? Because they want people to be playing it longer. I mean, I get that, but that's not right. That's not how you do that. You make content for people to play. You don't make it harder for people to get XP, and that's basically when you get to the higher levels of, I guess, 298 or whatever the highest level is on Destiny. Once you hit the highest level in Destiny, I guess it's power level, then the XP is like, because like once you get to the highest level, you don't gain levels, you gain XP, which turns into engrams. I don't know. I don't play the game because I was like, you know what, I might buy Destiny if it comes out for the X and it's 60 frames. It hasn't happened yet, so I'm not playing it because I know for a fact that the X can run Destiny at 60 frames. All they gotta do is do dynamic resolution scaling on that bad boy, Good to go. That's it. That's all you got. That's all. Give me a 1080p 60 frames. That's all. Or give me a 1440p 60 frames. You could do it. But they don't want them because, they deal with Sony. That's a whole nother thing. Whatever. We're not going to talk about that. So, Bungie got caught out in the lie, basically. Screwing people over until now. Destiny came out in September. Almost December. Now they got caught. Oh, man, what's going on? Oh, we agree. This isn't the right way. I'm like, y'all mother flowers. It's very disheartening that companies are trying to get away with murder. Not murder, but they're trying to get away with some stuff. And they get caught, and there's no repercussions. Like, all the Destiny heads are going to be like, oh, it's okay. I'll be like, you know what? I'm done, Bungie. I'm not playing your game no more because this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to do that and be like, And y'all are all right with it. And I'm not buying that game. I mean, I wasn't going to buy it anyway because I'm waiting for the 60 frames, right? But now that they pulling shenanigans like this, I'm like, yeah, no. I'm sorry. I will be playing Assassin's Creed, and then I will be playing, when it does come out, Cyberpunk, because those guys make games. They make games with content in it. I'm going to be playing Mass Effect, even though, back to EA and DICE, there's an issue with DICE that I didn't realize. I thought DICE was the bomb. I was like, yo, man, DICE makes some good games. Look at those graphics. Right? Now I realized, hold up. DICE games aren't usually that deep, are they? I mean, I'm looking at them like, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, it's cool. It's a cool world, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's something, it's like DICE is becoming a negative connotation almost. Not in the way that they make games, because their games look gorgeous and stuff, but I think there's a lack of personality, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. But the whole Battlefront thing, I didn't talk about it last week. I didn't talk about it. Battlefront 2. Look, I'm not going to buy that game. I saw the game. I was like, oh, yeah, look at that. That's cool. If I want to experience Star Wars, I'll throw it in a Blu-ray and watch it. Okay? The only part of Star Wars that I would play, as far as Star Wars Battlefront, are the space shoot 'em out dogfighting. That's it. That's what I bought. The first Battlefront, like, it was on sale for like $10 or $12. I was like, all right, I'll buy that. Boom. I only play the Starfighter jammy things, and I didn't even buy the expansions, the Death Star and all that. Nope. I just buy. I'm not giving y'all no more money. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. And I'm not buying Battlefront 2 unless it's like $10. Then I might buy it. But I don't. It's boring, man. It's boring, and the new game is boring too. It's beautiful, but it's boring. And I'm like, how can y'all make? I don't get it. I think Call of Duty and Titanfall. Wow, that was a cruncher right there. Y'all heard that? It's like, I think Call of Duty and Battlefield, I guess. Yeah, and more so Titanfall have changed the game when it comes to shooters. And I know Battlefront is third person, although I think you can do first person in Battlefront, can't you? I think that Battlefront needs to be primarily a first-person game. I think that will help fix some of the issues with Battlefront, as far as it being just a... Battlefront is a simple arcade game. And if it was marketed as such, like, hey, it's a Star Wars fun shoot-'em-up game, hey... then it'd be cool, but it's not. It's like, this is Star Wars, and then you go, and it's like, okay, there's loot boxes, and then, oh wait, there's tiers, and I got 3 levels for this, and then 3 levels for the gun, and then now my socks, I got 3 levels, so I got level 3 socks, so my feet are warmer on Hoth. When I saw that, and I was like, okay, wait, so I gotta, and then, okay, so I gotta level up my blaster, and I said, I'm done. I don't even want to play this, because y'all are making this, look. At its core, it's simple, right? But they're trying to add all this stuff in it that doesn't make it any better. It's like, it's simple, yeah, and then you add all stuff on top that makes it annoying. Simple and annoying. It's like, yo, this is so simple. Stop it. I just want to play. Oh, but you got to unlock the cards and then you get your crystals. And I'm like, And then they had and then Disney came in. It's like, yo, what's going on here, man? Y'all making us look bad. I don't like to look bad. This is Iger. I don't like to look bad. Hey, Bobby. Hey, hold on a second. I'm on the call. Hey, EA. I don't like to look bad. Fix it. Or you could be swimming in the lake where we do the fireworks every night at Disney World. What's that lake called? The World Lake or something? That's where you're gonna be swimming. You're gonna be right under the bars that comes out with all the fireworks and the laser show. I'm just saying. The last two games that EA put out, I guess DICE, EA. Well, okay, Battlefront 2, Mass Effect Andromeda, and Need for Speed have had similar issues, and they're all using that Frostbite engine. I think it's the engine actually, not DICE themselves, but I think the engine. Even though it looks pretty, I think it's limited in ways that I can't quite put my finger on it yet. You know what I mean? I'll have to look into it more and see what the similarities are with that engine, but they haven't been received well. And some of it has to do with the microtransactions, loot box thing, and that's something that's like spread across the whole industry where nobody's having it, right? The only person who seems to be getting away with it are on mobile phone stuff, but Overwatch, because it's just a cosmetic, and that's how it should be. But the conundrum that EA has is that Lucasfilm ain't having that. You cannot have an orange stormtrooper. No, you can't. Sorry. So they can't do just cosmetic on Star Wars, because Lucas is like, nah, son, sorry. So how do you put loot boxes into a game where you can't have that stuff? And that's the conundrum. And that's why it shouldn't have them. What they need to do is have the game needs to be a service. Games as a service, all right? I don't think EA is getting that yet. I mean, I'm sure they are kind of with the sports games, but not so much. I think they tried to apply their sports games systems into this game, and no. But like, take a page from, I'll say it again, Overwatch, right? They do events based on like holidays and stuff. They had the Olympics things, they have the Halloween stuff. Do that. You know, make up, like, go to Lucasfilm and say, okay, we need some holidays. You got an Ewok holiday, something that we can throw in there? Oh, now it's Zukumba, which is the Ewoks in Thanksgiving or something, and you just do it. You know what I'm saying? Make something up, and then you say, oh, and then that way people will go back to play it. Why do you think people go back to play Overwatch? A, new character comes out, like, oh, snap, it's a new character, let me play that. And then there's special events, special time events during the calendar year. That's it. You know, you can't do loot boxes with that other stuff, but yeah, do that. You know, or make a more customizable character. See, I didn't know how you can customize your character in Battlefront 2. But I tell you what, I spent some time customizing my Sarah Ryder. I was like, yo, I gotta get her lips right, get the hair right, get the face right. Put a little tattoo on her neck. I was good, son. Having fun. So, I'm kind of happy. Even though I don't have an X yet, X is selling good. It's off to a good start. They're probably going to hit 1 million before the end of the year. Before 2018, they'll hit 1 million sold. Definitely. Because I think they already sold 600,000. That's the last number I heard. It was 80,000 in the first day in UK, or the first couple days in UK. So, or the first week. So worldwide, I think they're up to 600,000 so far. So, and we're about to be out of November. So in about yeah, I'd say the mid December they'll be, but you know they're not gonna do NPDs in mid November. I'll be surprised if they hit 1 million for November. They might. Yeah, they might. That'd be cool. But I like it because, well, not because the X is doing well. I mean, the Switch is doing well. PlayStation, they're doing well, but they're in the lead, so they don't need to do well because they're already there. You know what I mean? They already did well. So it's time for the others to do well, so that the whole industry as a whole is doing well. You know what I mean? And that's the main goal. Main goal. And I don't want anything making that difficult. So I hope Sony dumps the PSVR real quick, or revises it so you don't need the stupid camera. Come on, son, get with the program, Sony. I know they're working on the Inside Out VR because that's what everybody's doing. That's where everything's going. So I don't know what the anyway. It doesn't matter. But back to Mass Effect. I mean the EA, the loot boxes and all these things. And I think what's happening. Here's what's happening, right? I was thinking about this today. I was like, all right, so. It's partly is the rise of social media, Twitter for the most part, in that I think the first big company to feel the wrath of like Twitter and all these things and like public sentiment being bad and it's spreading like crazy and out of control before they can get a handle on anything was Microsoft in 2013 when that dropped and all the things that they said. 2 seconds later on Twitter, like, what the hell is Matrick talking about? Oh my gosh, and everybody's saying something different, blah blah blah, right? And I'm like, yeah, it's all true. Went out and just out on Twitter, 2 hours later is a big story. And I'm trying to think, was there a company before Microsoft in 2013 that launched the Xbox One that it happened to? I don't think it was. I think that was the jump off of like this type of this fast spreading negative type of perception that makes the company reverse and do something different. And the thing is that certain companies, they hear it and they're like, okay, we got to fix this. Certain companies don't care. Sony doesn't care because they literally tried to. I said this before. They tried to trademark Let's Play and failed twice. That's a bad, evil thing to do. And it went around, but nothing happened. They're not looked at as a bad guy for some reason. I'm not. That seems like a bad guy, shitty thing to do to me. I'm like, yo, y'all, you trying to like for the people who own the Let's Play YouTube channel, they must have been like, oh hell nah. We got to deal with these fools now. How they gonna just trademark Let's Play, right? And then everything we do, we gotta pay them. Doesn't make no sense. That's what Sony was trying to do, right? And I'm like, what? That's very evil. Nothing happened. Nobody cares. So has there been anything that Sony has done this generation that has blown up in a negative way in that respect? I don't think so. Even when they did the Killzone 2 trailer, and it was all CG, and they're like, yeah, this is end game, and people are like, oh my god, the PS3 is so good. Look at the power. Look at the graphics. That was CG pre-render. Wasn't even close. And then they said, it's close enough. I'm like, y'all mother flowers. Y'all are just. I swear, y'all just let them do whatever they want now. You know what I mean? But, and I'm thinking, okay, what was the next big thing that a big company, I guess, had to do a reverse real quick because social media blew up negatively, I mean, most recently has been this loot box stuff. And it's spreading across different games. Like Forza 7 had a little bit of it. They did a little the little switch. Battlefront 2, Destiny is a whole nother thing. Need for Speed. What else? I think there was another game, right? Well, it's loot boxes in general. Shadow of War. So, I don't. Hold on, let me. Excuse me. Sorry, I burped in your face. Got the bubbles of burp. How come my? Oh, there you go. Skew. There we go. I, I, I forgot to turn up my microphone after I fixed the sound. Anyway, I got a bad wire. That sucks. Gosh dang it. That's what you get when you buy cheap wires. So, I won't. Oh yeah, and Assassin's Creed had something, but it's not as egregious because you have to literally. It's like a separated type of page, so it's not like smacking you in the face like, oh, you got to pay for this. And no, you know. And the problem with these loot box things. Ken says I'm on the fence about 2 games. What 2 games? The problem with these loot box things is that they're basing the model off of free-to-play phone games. But these games are not free. These are $60 games that they're adding this model onto, and it does not work. If these games were free, I would be buying them all day long, and I wouldn't be as upset. I'd be like, oh, that kind of sucks, but I ain't paying nothing for it, so I'll buy a $10 loot box package thing, sure. You know, if the game's good enough and you can play it without that, then it's fine. Are Life is Strange and State of Decay worth the money and HD space? What is HD space? And those are the first ones, right? How much are they? First of all. Oh, so the first one's better, I think. Life is Strange. I think the first Life is Strange is better than the second one. Maybe, because it's like time travel in it and stuff. The second one is kind of like a CW show, basically. Heck says, go home, cousin. State of Decay, I think you should probably just wait for the second one to come out. I don't think the first one, I mean, is okay. I played like a demo of it, but I'm not into that game that much. I think they improved the second one way more better as far as the systems go. So you might want to wait for that one. Although it's probably cheap as hell though. That's why. Hey, I paid $5 for whatchamacallit, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I was like, that's the best $5. Yo, the $20 I spent on Mass Effect Andromeda, that's the best $20 I done spent in a while. Best $25 I spent on those 2 games. I'm so happy. Both EA games. And here's the bad thing. After all this is going on, right? I'm sure it's not over. Anthem, an EA game. I'm super hyped for it. I'm like, I hope this game isn't sucky. I hope they don't screw it up. I hope they don't put all these stupid loot boxes and mess up this game. I hope. The only glimmer of hope that Anthem has for me, to me, is that the BioWare team is doing it. That's the only reason why I have any type of hope. I'm like, oh, please. It's the BioWare team, not the Mass Effect BioWare. The BioWare team that did Mass Effect 2, basically. 2 and 1 and 2, or 2 and... I don't remember. But, well, it's 2 and 3, but 3 got, you know how that went. But yes, I'm like, okay. And Andromeda wasn't bad, so even... A team / most of B team doing Mass Effect Andromeda, but I would actually say that it was probably just I don't know. But Mass Effect Andromeda feels like Mass Effect, and that's the thing. That's the Mass Effect that I remember. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. And if you get the right writer, like the default writer I saw, I was like, I don't like your face, right? So I was like, I'm gonna make me a writer, because the actual model that the default Sarah writer is based off of is beautiful. She is so beautiful. So beautiful. But I don't know what they did in that game. It's crazy. Her nose was a little too big. So I did like a default thing, and I tweaked it, and I made her nose a little bit smaller, made the red hair and freckles. I was like, yep, that's one right there. That's it. And I love her. She's great. She's my Sarah. I kept her name too, so I didn't feel like making up any names. But yeah, man. I mean, what I've seen from Anthem, I'm like, okay, if that is the game, I'm good. But if they please put in like a good single player and make it, give me some good characters, I'm good. Even if it's just like that, because I've been playing a little bit of Warframe, and there's no real story in Warframe. It's just like, oh, you want a quest? Go and find 3 things up in the plains of Idilion or whatever. Like, okay, I'm gonna go get them. Then you just gotta fight a few fools and get the things and come back. Like, oh, thanks. It's just a bunch of fetch quests and stuff, right? But if Anthem is just that, man, I could be down just based off of like how it looks, depending on how it plays. And that's another thing about the EA games is that their main hurdle, if they can get over the hurdle of how it controls, like the shooting, if they can get the shooting down like Destiny, if they can get it as good as Destiny in third person, which is kind of, is that hard to, it might be. But if they can find a way to do that, then Destiny got issues right now, because Destiny ain't got no content. People are like, oh, but Trials of Osiris is coming out. And then there was a review of Trials of Osiris had reviews, and they were like, yeah, this is high garbage. The raid is just add-on, basically. And I'm like, I don't. The more they talk about Destiny 2, the more it makes me not even care. I'm like, I'm never buying this game. I don't care what it looks like. I'm not. But I played the beta or whatever it was, the demo. I was like, okay, that's Destiny. Yeah, well, I don't care. When Anthem comes out, I'm like, yo, Anthem looks way better. I could be like a floaty sorceress mech lady. That's better. Looks better than Anthem. I mean, looks better than Destiny. Destiny, I think, is too inconsistent. And Destiny, the problem with Destiny, here's the main problem with Destiny. The good part of Destiny is that it feels so good to shoot fools, and you see the little air squirt out there at the top of their heads and stuff because they're full of air. The bad thing about Destiny, aesthetically speaking, is that it's literally a reskin of Halo with mechanics and systems added onto it. But if you break it down to just the shooting, how it shoots, it's Halo. That's all it is. And I see that because I played Halo. I play a lot of Halo. I don't play a lot of Halo. I played all the Halos. I have all the Halos. I own them all. I own all the Halos, and I bought the Master Chief Collection. That's how dumb I am. I don't think I'm dumb, but still. And that's what Destiny is. So I'm like, okay, Destiny is just Halo. It's just a palette swap with Halo with some inventory, level up, grindy stuff added on. That's it. And the multiplayer is whacker. It's not as good. So I played the multiplayer on the beta. I was like, this kind of sucks. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not. So I could just play Halo and have more fun. But whatever. That's near no dare, don't dare. But what was I saying? The loot boxes. I mean, eventually they'll. Okay, hopefully, EA and company, whoever else is down doing this stuff, will get it right. Right now is the growing pains for loot box stuff. Like before in 360 days, it was horse armor. It was DLC was a rising thing in 2005. Early 2006 when Oblivion came out. Horse armor is $3 or $4. Like what? They were learning. They didn't know. So that's why that was a thing, right? So now these companies are learning that gamers on these games, not phone games that you pay $60 on, yeah, you're not. There's a threshold of if you pay $60 for a game, there's only so much more the average person is willing to pay into said game after paying $60. If it's free, that's a whole different ball game. Then the player might feel inclined to spend up to $60 or maybe up to $20, or maybe it's like, oh, I got this free game. Oh, I already put $20 in. Or some people, they put a lot. I put $100 and something in. Yeah, I love that game. I keep playing. I'll put some more money. That happens. But you can't charge $60 and then try to get people to buy more. I mean, that's what the map packs and stuff, which is fine, but you don't want to split the user base. So that's where that doesn't work out. So how can you charge people more money without segmenting the audience? And so Overwatch does it by cosmetic stuff, but you can't do that in Star Wars, right? But in Destiny, you can do whatever you want. I don't even know if they do that actually. But Destiny is a different beast because it's kind of a living game. They have things happening, and that's what Star Wars should have done more so than what they have done. They needed to get with Lucas more so and try to figure out events to do that are Star Wars events specific. Make up some fiction that exists or doesn't exist. Prove it with Lucas and say, yeah, this, like I said, the Ewok Thanksgiving, or well, they had the Ewok Christmas, and you know how that went. But it's the Rancor birthday party. You see the egg of the I don't know. Do Rancors birth from eggs? Are they they're kind of lizardy, right? Kind of. They're kind of slimy beasts. Let's imagine that a Rancor lays an egg and is born from an egg, like a platypus. So yeah, they say, hey, it's the Rancor celebration, and then they're like in a village, and all these people, the Rancor is their god, and so they have an egg, and and then they make up a stupid holiday, and then they have turn events and little different gameplay modes like Overwatch. Overwatch is the best example I can give because they're doing it right all around. The loot boxes is cool because it doesn't affect gameplay, and their events are cool because it makes you go back to play it again because it's like, oh, and they're tied together. It's like, oh, okay, it's a special event for Thanksgiving. Now it's gonna be a special event for Christmas or whatever, the holiday season, right? And then you're gonna have different costumes that coincide with the event and holiday. Hey, wow, that's hard to do. Come on, son, it's not that hard to do. So EA got issues, and like I said, they're ruining Star Wars. Although, Disney ain't having it. So I don't know if EA is gonna be on Star Wars. I mean, their contract will run out. They had 10 years from, was it 2013? So 2023, around there, 2022, 2023, they're out of gas. They got nothing else. So it's 2018. So 5 years. They have 5 years to put out games. They already canceled. Well, they didn't cancel one. They changed one game, and then they have another game. The Amy Hennig game they changing, and then the Respawn game, which we don't know what it is. So, I mean, those two games are 5. No, I think they're gonna have another 4 games in 5 years. No. 3 games. Well, at least 2. But I think 3 games, realistically, maybe 4 games, maybe 4 more Star Wars games from EA before the contract runs out. And I don't think that Disney's gonna renew or do another contract with EA because they've been effing up. Why doesn't Microsoft do a deal with Disney and EA? I mean EA and Star Wars, or Disney as a whole. Like, look, we're making a studio that is just for Star Wars. This is what we're doing, right? Microsoft owns the studio. Microsoft does a deal with Disney to do Indiana Jones, Star Wars, whatever else. All the animated, Pixar, all that stuff. And if that's a good deal because Star Wars, they got a monopoly. Oh, Marvel, I forgot about that stuff. They have not been any good Marvel games. This is ridiculous. They're making the best movies out there right now. Well, quote unquote, the best movies, of course, is subjective. But they're making some of the best popcorn superhero movies out there right now. Why don't they have games coinciding, right? Because it's hard to make a good popcorn superhero movie game. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I got nothing else. I'm going to go play me some Mass Effect. I wish it was cross Play Anywhere. I wish it was Play Anywhere. I wonder if it is Play Anywhere. I don't think it is. But I wish it was. But I know it's not. But I'll play that. I don't think I'm gonna stream it because the Mass Effect is a weird game to stream because it's so slow and So, I mean, maybe I'll stream like one mission. I'm like, okay, I'm going on a mission, yeah, and then I'll do that maybe. But a lot of the time, I'm just walking around talking to people, so it's kind of boring, And the thing is, like, in Mass Effect, I'm trying to romance everybody, son. Love for everybody. I'm like, okay. And then, what's her name? the Cora, who's my second in command. She's like, I don't swing that way. I like the PP. I'm like, all right, because I'm a female. I was about to say shepherd. I'm a female rider. I'm a female Sarah rider. So so yeah, she don't swing that way. PB, I was about to say PP. PB, she's down, but she's crazy. Is he a Turian? I forgot. I forgot her name. I think she's down too. Yeah. And I think she's Scottish, Irish. She might be Irish. Science officer who's up in the front next to the pilot. I forgot his name. She's down too. So I got 3 prospects of getting down. Oh yeah, and what's his name? Ian? Liam. The brother with the little fluffy afro. I think he's down too. He's a little cocky, but I think he's down too. So I'm alright. So I'm gonna get as much love as I can. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work because I think they're gonna do a thing where it's only at one point in the story where you can get down, and then it goes to the next part. So which is what the other Mass Effects did. So I think I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to save Scummit basically. But I gotta figure out where to save Scummit so I don't have to. I can always go back. Yeah, I could do that. I could go back to a save and stuff. But I usually save it every time before I do the walk around the ship, talk to everybody stuff. So I'll save it, and then that way I won't miss anything. That'll work. So I'll go back and okay, cool. But yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda is better than people be saying. So it is still cheap. You still got a couple of hours to get them deals on Xbox Live on the marketplace. So get your Assassin's Creed. Get your Mirror's Edge Catalyst for $5. That's what I'm talking about. And get you Mass Effect Andromeda for $16. And there's a whole lot of other deals too. So on new games, I think Assassin's Creed was like $43. I mean, I paid $35 because I bought the physical copy, but in the store, on the marketplace, digital, it's a little bit more. What else? Yeah, that's it. So, like I said, you can buy something, go to Amazon. Don't go to Amazon. Go to allgames.com, click that Amazon banner, hook them up, and also follow me on Mixer. I need more Mixer people. Because I need them. I want to get over 100. I only have 91 followers. I need more followers. So if you're not following, which you probably already are, Tackle, I appreciate it. You guys, Billy, all you guys, Kazan, appreciate it. Tell somebody else to follow me. I usually play the musics during the days. So, I mean, it's a little hectic now because we're trying to pack up and stuff. But once I get situated in a new spot, I'll be streaming pretty much every day. The musics anyway. And then I'll figure out a way to do my sessions so we can do all that stuff. But yeah, that's about it, y'all. Enjoy the rest of the night and stuff. Xbox One X, yeah, to the way.